Day 32 of 365 posting, bro. And I had a long day, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired. I just got off work. I'm ready to go to sleep. But we still here and we still posting, man. And we made it to a whole month of posting. So that's literally a milestone. So I just wanted to get on here like I do every 10 days. Well, like I did every 10 days, and make a video basically on how my journey has been. So I'm gonna say it felt amazing last night when I finally looked at it. Because I didn't even know it was 30 days, bro. I didn't even know it was 30 days. I just looked and I was like, damn, because I stopped actually posting the number. I stopped actually posting the number and just was posting videos without the number being on there because I ain't like the title. So when I actually seen it and seen my analytics, I was like, man, I had like 17K views and shit like that, And it only took a month for that, So it's like now it's kind of like grinding for real to get, just try to get monetized and shit like that. Cause I feel like just seeing that amount of views that I've been getting and stuff like that brings out a certain amount of belief in myself, and I would believe that that's gonna, be fuel that pushes me to keep going, and I'm not saying, that you need it, but you do end up needing belief in it, you know what I'm saying? The number one thing though is the platform, and that's just to keep, just keep posting and shit like that. That's the number one thing you gotta do, and like I said, if you wanted to start YouTube, you could literally watch me right now at this very moment, 2026, and you'll see the early process of grinding, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see the early process, because I'm in my early stages, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of stuff to work on, a lot of stuff to improve on, and I'm just still going and learning as I go. And I literally got started doing a lot more stuff just because of YouTube, bruh. And I would say that that's one big thing I learned about everything is like, you have to move and learn as you go. You have to keep moving and learn as you go. You can't stop, because if you watch all these fucking videos on self-improvement and stuff like that, a lot of them, a lot of people get caught up just watching them, and they don't never take the action on actually doing what the people in these videos is telling them to do. Or when the people read self-help books, I read self-help books, and I procrastinate on shit like that. Like, I don't actually read, I don't actually, apply what I have learned, and that's a big problem. You know what I'm saying? So to get back on topic, to get back on topic, man, I have learned that just from posting is to just keep going, and with everything you want to do is just you have to go and then learn as you go. You can't just learn everything and it's not going to be all right the first time you start it. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well just start it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything in your video that you want to post in your video is not going to be right the first time you start it. Your first video is not going to be perfect, but it's going to you can improve to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you'll ever be perfect, but you know what I'm saying? You can improve to being close to perfect, if you just keep going. And that's one thing I have learned for real. So I think that's what I'm gonna do is, after every 10 days of posting, I'm gonna just stop and explain the things that I've learned on the way, on my journey, on my YouTube journey, on my 365 posting So today, for real, is that we have learned to just move and let everything you learn fall into place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just leave it there. You know, I was about to give an example. Well, let me go ahead and get an example. Look, the example is I was like doing YouTube. I ended up starting a fighting class. You know what I'm saying? And I had learned in the fighting class, you know, that you can't really just sit there and try to think of all the techniques, because that's one thing the trainers in there is big on, is technique. They want you to know that you need to be punching perfectly. Like they are constantly, you could do one thing right, but then they on you about the other thing, you know, and they just be on it, and it gets irritating, you know what I'm saying? So I had learned that I had learned this particular thing because when I had got into the sparring matches and tried to actually apply the technique, and I wasn't thinking about fighting too much. I was trying to think about technique. I was getting my ass whooped, you know what I'm saying? So eventually, you know what I'm saying, after getting punched in the face for a couple of times, you're not going to fucking sit there and try to do the technique. You're going to fight, you know what I'm saying? So once I started fighting, the technique came along, you know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, now I know, like, don't worry. I don't even when I start a sparring match, when they count down and it's time to go, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think about the technique no more. I just go and let everything fall into place. You know what I'm saying? I look at my opponent. I just throw my punches, and everything just like last Saturday. I had just felt like I had my greatest class, because I had just went in there like, all right, like I'ma just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna worry about too much on technique when it comes to the sparring part. I'ma just fight. And literally, I just went with the flow, and everything just came out right. You know what I'm saying? I stood toe to toe with, finally, I do it with the trainer who been whooping my ass, literally. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I finally got, I ain't gonna say I won, but you know what I'm saying? I got, I could actually do something in the fight. Like when first I couldn't do shit. I couldn't dodge. I couldn't do nothing. I was just getting whooped. But that's just a little example I wanted to put out. But yeah, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? That's our journey so far. We got a lot more days to go that I'm too tired to even think how many days it is. But, well, actually, I probably can, but I'm not about to do that. But anyway, look, like and subscribe, comment, and like I always say, man, if you want me to come support, put it in the comments to come support you and support me. You know what I'm saying? We could go like that, for real. You know what I'm saying? Collab, whatever. Yep, that's pretty much it, though. And I'm about to get out of here. Hope y'all learned something. Peace.